Okay, let's talk ebooks. Barnes & Noble came out with its latest Nook, which is Wi-Fi only, for $149. Then Amazon comes back with its summer price cut, widely expected for the Kindle, but more of a cut than expected. Folks expected it to go to $199. It went to $189. Right. Thoughts?
Barnes & Noble, it's a tough business, and I don't know why Barnes & Noble is honestly going to stay in the hardware business. I mean, it seems like, look,
the hardware being the reader itself.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is important for Barnes & Noble, and their ebook sales are accounting for a larger percentage of kind of overall sales. And so they're in this for the long haul because they have to be. But do they have to be in the hardware business for the long haul? And for that matter, does Amazon?
Right. And there are two businesses here. They're selling the actual devices, and then they're selling books through the devices, right. Which brings us to Apple, which recently, this week, announced that they've sold 3 million iPads in 80 days.
Yeah.
Now, to put this into perspective, analysts expect Amazon to sell 5.9 million Kindles for the year. So that means Apple's pace is almost 5 times Amazon's pace for the Kindle.
Analysts also think that the iPad sales might slow as they saturate all these, So yeah, I mean, if Apple owns the hardware part of this, let's just say the iPad runs away with it, right? Or you can use it on your iPhone, you can use it on your Android phone. I mean, does Amazon and or Barnes & Noble really want to compete in that marketplace? God bless Amazon for sort of, creating this ebook business really and making a run at it, but they're not a hardware company, and do they need that hassle? I mean, there's lots of margin in selling books electronically, when there's no cost in doing it.
It's still early. We don't know how many books per iPad Apple is selling. Steve Jobs let a few of those figures out, but we don't really know how that's looking longer term. Also, as you mentioned, Amazon has its Kindle software on the iPad, on the iPhone, across all these devices, so they have an opportunity to sell across a lot of devices. One component of this, though, that isn't getting a lot of attention is that Apple and Amazon's approaches to books are actually quite different. Because Apple is using, full-color touch LCD screens, they're a lot more graphically rich in their book approach than Amazon is, which is based on, this black and white, simple e-ink screen.
E-ink that sort of flips from black to white,
Yeah, Apple's books are going to look better. They're going to be able to move into magazines, into graphic novels, into areas that Amazon not only can't touch with its Kindle device, but since all the software is made to be interoperable, they can't probably touch it with their Kindle software. Because then they're selling you a book, on the iPhone or iPad that then you can't read on your Amazon Kindle.
Right. Well, I will say the reading experience on the Kindle is good if you're just reading text. And so there's going to be a marketplace for that. In the same way, I know you like picture books, but there's a lot of people who like their books and they don't really care about the pictures. So for magazines and kind of glossy, photo-driven, graphic-driven books, the iPad's going to be great, but there's still a big market for just text-based stuff. Now, whether, Amazon really needs to put all its effort and its, money and energy behind that hardware remains to be seen, and it'll get better. That kind of, e-ink technology will get better, but it's clearly going to take a while, and by that point, the iPad's going to be running ahead, and other tablets for that matter as well.
Hey, Jeff Bezos, if I can't read Green Eggs and Ham on it, it's doomed to fail, so I need to get on that, right?
Scratch and sniff I'd like to see next in the Kindle.
That's TechMate.